Hello, greetings everybody. This is Calvin Bridges, the Art Father, again, coming to you with a new episode. I actually had allowed this to sit around for a while. Sorry guys, I'm just going through a problem here, trying to get this set up. There we go. I let some time went by and just say, okay, great, let's just let some time go by. And I just want to show you. We got new ones. Today's date is the February 2nd, right? So I'm making a new list, in my journal. And my new list, my journal shows what's been popping up is, number one, we got Meta today. We got Meta. Meta is up at 20%. All right. Now you got Deca, number two. I'm gonna go quickly through this so that we can review it. Deca, write this down in your little journal notebook every day. Make a sheet. Take a sheet out of your binder, and just write that down. So this way you have a physical structure to work with, knowing what's popping up in the month and what's not. So you don't be all over the place trying to figure out what's working for you and what's not. You can always go back to these symbols, ticket symbols, and these companies and do your due diligent research, like I always say. Now, again, I'm not giving you no financial advice. I'm just giving you my financial insight, my financial insult. Okay, now, remember I said all the ones that are 6%, but anything that's below it, do not write it down. You have to wait until it succeeds a certain level. The reason is you want to get at least a 4% return if you decide to cash out or profit out, as they would say. Okay? You don't want to go writing a list of random things knowing it'll never go up. It's just going down. So understand what's popping in and what's popping out. Now this is based on the ones I own. Now let's go down to the ones that are, what you do is cross a line through it. This is put on top what I own. Now put the ones that you do not own, and let's go through the process. Anything that's above 10%, I usually see it as a no cost, guys, So apparently it's a no-show. So when that happens, I don't like it to interfere with the sum. So this is what I do. It's 90 cents. I'm going to sell it out. Yes, it's better to lose that little 10 cents on it. I don't recommend you even go down this far. But because I have so many of them, it will not affect it. And I'm going to show you why. Okay? Sorry, guys. I'm sorry here. I got someone I have to personally talk to later on. I will get back in touch. I just want to let's see, where am I with that? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cross it out, but I just want to show you quickly. I don't want to waste your time. I know you're busy and I want to get straight to the point. Okay. See that over here is 75%. So I took that down because it was, it's those larger amounts that will hold it down. So instead of you losing everything, you lose a few pennies. Like pretty much when I see that it gets past the $2 marker. So this is what I'm going to do. Being that I see that these is I always say, don't go past 3%. 2%, cool. Okay, so today's date, we're going to sell them off. Don't even cry. Don't even look at it. Better to lose 2 cents than to lose the whole batch, okay? So, when you start to see some of my colleagues, if it goes past 1%, they're selling it out. But, you just give you a little time. After a couple of days go by and you see that 1%, 2% getting less than that 3%, hey, sell it out before then. Okay, I just pretty much wanted to see if okay, let's see, did I took that one out? All right, let's get back up here. Okay, let's get back to the nitty gritty. Where am I? Okay, let's say, okay, this is my investments. I'm looking at what is more than 2% loss. Okay, this is how it's all about risk management, guys. It's all about risk management. I'm not giving you financial advice, but what I'm saying is I'm showing you my financial insight, how I cut my losses and keep it under 2%, because the gains will make up for it. In other words, I'm able to utilize that money in other places. And I gave this over a week or so, more than a week. Nothing happens. It might just pop up. If that be the case, I write it down as to what date, what season, and see why did it pop up. So I'm gonna be a little silence, guys, because I want to go through this process, and I'll show you why. Okay. As you can see, guys, that these 250 and all of them, you want to catch it right away. It's sad to say it that it has run its course, and it's best to just sell it out, and you can buy it again when it drops. Okay. Okay, and I'm not saying that is the case, but better to lose, 5 cents out of $2 or something, or whatever, than to lose 50 cents. Like, it's a big chunk of the money, 10% or something. So I just let it run its course for the day to show you something as to why I do this, because it eats up your profits. That's basically what I'm saying. As you want to keep it risk management under 2% or 1%. You can always buy it again. Don't cry over it if it goes up and down, because there's plenty of more stocks in the sea. Okay, there are plenty of more stocks in the sea. So understand that. That's my motto. Okay, plenty more stocks in the sea. See how that is, like, 3% down, and that dropping. You want to sell them this, because it's each one of them will eat up your profit. So you don't want it to get to this level. I did it for a purpose, to show you, because that's what's eating your profit up. Okay, there's a reason why I say, and why many will do this, is to keep it under 1%. They usually do. When they see it goes to 1 to 2%, they do it. And in this situation, I'm going to get rid of all the 2% as well. A time it has passed its time, or more than 7 days, I say, okay, great. It didn't do far. It went from, bought it when it was less than 1%, it got up to 2%. There's no profit there. Again, these are the things that eats up your profit, okay? But you have to test. You have to take a loss in order to find your winners, okay? That's just a part of life in everything you do. To find your little golden nuggets out there. Which changed by the week, which changed by the month, and by the season. That's why you want to do your due diligent research. You don't want to just go on the fact that, okay, this one went up exactly at this date, this time. It does not operate that way. But you'll find very often when you look back 3 years later, 1 year later, 2 years later, there's a pattern of those seasons and stuff, called seasonal stocks, they call it. So you want to do your research behind that, learn the white papers, use AI, ChatGPT. It speeds up the process for you, okay? Doesn't hurt to pay that little $10 a month to get a wealth full of information that will save you thousands of hours of time doing it yourself. Now that, here's the model. Now I'm showing anything that goes beyond 1%, chuck it, baby. Some people even go to the point that if it goes even 0.5%, but I don't got that time or day or patience for it. Okay, so we chuck it. Now let's see how much of a loss and gain that we have made on here. Okay, all right, not so bad. I would have been more. It's plus 86 cents. This is something I want to share with you. Yes, the number is down, but imagine if it was $890, or right now $470. That would have been a massive loss, wouldn't you admit? So you get rid of your losses. You take a chance, but you see when it hits more than 1%, like most of the pros do, hit more than 1%, get rid of it. Don't cry over it. Hey, if it's happened to go back up, then if you're savvy, skillful day trader, hey, I go for it, but I'm here to look for anything above 6%, because on this Cash App, and every one of them are different, on like stock programs, some like, you name it, Clubit will charge you a certain percentage, Robinhood will charge you a certain percentage. So get to know what is your fees, get to know your fees and stuff, okay? So basically, if this was $470. I would have made $9. Whoopee! But not really, because it's based on the 2%. So you got to deduct that as well. So, and let me show you that is in this predicament. Now that we have found out 4, there was only 4 today that made it. Okay, well, there's more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's quite a few of them. Maybe I shouldn't put a line through it. I just scribble out that line. That's why you want to do a pencil. Okay, there's Decker. Outdoor. You can do a one of those little graph sheets you want to do. If you want to, if you're into that, type of stuff, I mean, I'm not really into all that. I don't have the patience for it. I'll let my assistants do that, but I'm not really into that level of doing things to that degree of PowerPoint spreadsheets. Okay, I'm not into that level there. I got so much pop. This is what I'm saying. I in sort of like a SkyWest. Let's go with SkyWest. SKYWEST. Okay, SkyWest is 8.0. Hunana is 6.0, but I'm gonna wait till Hunana to see if it picks up a little more. I can add it to the list here. Well, nevertheless, I'll just add it. Number 7. I did promise it. Anything 6 and above, because I can add on to it. You don't have to rush with it, guys, but it's going to help you in the long run of things. The process of knowing what's popping up, what's trending, and what's not. Okay, we got Meta, we got Decker, we got Nvidia or whatever, not Nvidia or whatever. SkyWest, we have Hunana. I got 7 up here that was doing it. Some of them had went down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if you see it's going down dramatically, hey guys, you can cash out at 3%. If you see it's going down like from 8%, 5%, you may want to catch it and say, let me just catch it before it just completely go down. You can do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a factor that a lot of them is popping off and it's going down. See, they go down quickly, guys. They're going down quickly. But at least these are the ones that's bringing you down. It's just you can utilize the money to get greater gains or whatever works for you, okay? It all depends on how you want to do it. If you feel like, well, I'm not gaining anything from here, so let me go and get rid of these 1% since they are not really like here. And this one I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to go through the whole process of this, cashing them out, so that you can see where I'm coming from. Okay? All right? I'll be silent for a little bit. I am trying to speed up the process here, because I know a lot of you do not have an hour to watch something, and the quicker I can make this, the more efficient. It just takes time to do all this, but I will have my video editor specialist know how to reduce it down so that the things that is unnecessary, like the pop-ups and everything like that, we can graph those out and we can speed up the process, okay? That's what my video editor is for. Video masters. They are a part of my Art Fathers production studio. Their job is to do that. And this is a way of making sure that you get the maximum amount on your games and master safety, risk management. Again, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm giving you financial insight and results as to what's working for me, what's not working for me, okay? So you may not want it to let it get to this level, because every little 1% level, 2% is sucking away your profits. Okay, but I did it so I can show you exactly what you got to go through when you're doing day trading, or swing trading for that matter, which is longer than day trading. It can be days, weeks, or months, but within a year, of course. We don't want something dragging that long on a single trade that may not profit you very well. You want to stick with profitable trades, bullish to be exact. Again, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm giving you financial insight here as to what's working for me, what results. See, like 99 cents, better to lose a penny than to lose the whole batch. Okay, and over here. So now you're going to see in the future, I'm going to speed things up. You're going to see in the future how fast I'm working with it. And literally, I'm going to set it where I cash out. Now, you don't need to do it to this process, but I'm going to show you something before I do everything. I want to show you how you can get this, set it, and forget it. And you can have it set like this. I'm going to leave these two. You can go here, sell. Now, obviously, it will not allow me to do it on this one, because it's obviously saying it's a lost cause, baby. Sell it. Okay. On another one, it will probably allow me to do it because it's a sell. Okay, it's a lost cause. Okay, now, probably here. Can't guarantee it. No, it's not even there neither. I usually hold on to this one, but let's go with this. Sell. This, obviously, certain ones you can do it with. I'm going to be honest with you. Once they feel like they just want you to sell it. See, if really quickly, let's see if I can catch it. Don't even waste your time trying to figure it out. Cash App doesn't allow you to do like a stop loss. Okay? Let's see if I wanted to put it on Dollar Tree. Sometimes you got to set these things beforehand. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick one out of the blues. Being that I done this, I may as well... Okay. I may as well show you here that you increase your gains by getting rid of the bad boys. You know what I'm saying? It's 3% up. So you want to stay up there, so you want to get rid of it. Now, if I wanted to, and I will show you how to maximize on here, because this my whole take today is to help you maximize on your gains by using risk management. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm giving you financial insight to what works for me, what results in insight. Here's how I maximize on my gain. Get rid of what I consider the potential losers. And if they start to go back up again, hey, you can grab hold of it. You got to lose in order to win. I have never known anyone to constantly win without losing. Any of the big pros will tell you this. Practice risk management, and you got to lose in order to win. You know that old saying, you got to be in it to win it? Except in this term, you're practicing risk management, okay? All right? So you got to lose. So, yes. And that's what I mean by this. Is when you see that 0, you got to lose. You see, it was $1, 99 cents, 2 cents taken away out of it. Boom, 97 cents. Better to get 97 cents than to lose the whole batch. 2 cents goes to the government, guys. So, hey, you're paying your taxes. Okay? So this is how the government figured out how we can get some of that money back. You get 2% of that money back from every stock you place. And then they hit you again at the end of the year, or the quarter for that matter. But then you can file your losses, and that's a tax write-off. So that can work in your favor. Just get yourself a good accountant, good CPA, licensed CPA to help you with that. Don't try to be the master of your own trade if you don't have no skills in that department. Again, this is the last one here. Hopefully it's the last one. It's 98 cents. Okay. If you can keep to this level, if you got the energy to keep to this level, if you can be consistent with it, this is what you're going to see. You see where I'm coming from? That's why I say this is the common gain I always get, guys. It's a common. So if this were $260, this will be $11.70, $10.80. So you want to stay on the ground where it goes up. 4% is what I see every day of the year in this. Every day of the year, when based on the winners, 4% I see. That's common, So you want to only sell off that which is profitable. If you really want to just don't mind getting, like for example, if I want to sell this off and it's only 5%, this is all I'm going to get is $1.03. 3 cents is good, guys. 3% isn't bad, but I want more. I want at least a minimum of 4% because that's what the market is doing. Every insurance company in the United States or throughout the world, when they're dealing with $1 million projects or more, they promise or not promise, they try to deliver at 4% because the competitive market is that a bank or a financial institution, a gold institution, will literally give you 5%. So they're competing. So here's the thing. If the person is giving 2%, 1%, a gold company says, hey, by you just storing your wealth in our gold, we'll give you 5% a year. So what that tells millionaires is, okay, I'll put $1 million assets in gold because it's going to go up anyway. It's going to double, triple within maybe a decade or something. So they look at that like, well, if it doubles or triples, or in a decade or two, I may as well, and I'm getting 5% on top of that. Well, if an insurance company can't do what the gold market does, guess what? They got to make sure that there's a certain leverage. That's why they sell off their losers. Okay? So stay in the winners. Stay in the green, guys. Stay in the bull if you want to make a profit. Okay? Now, I had to show you how I lose and how I gain. Okay? Now, let's do the details. Let's look at the details here so that you can get a clarified understanding. Custom investments, $26. Unrealized gains, $1.08. Unrealized gain, $4.15%. Let's look at the sales here. On the sales here, it says over here, value of sale plus $627. Value of purchase, value $629. Believe it or not, guys, it's a difference, okay? Realized gain, minus $2.24. Realized gains is 0.36. The reason for that is all those that went down 3%, 4%, 5%, 10%, it sucked away the profits. That's why I wanted you to see this over the lifetime. This is just my experimental account. Every account I get, I start this over again, brand new. I may change it up. Anytime I change my card, I have to change a new account, and I changed quite a few cards already. And I do this so that, if it gets over a certain amount, because I think you pay taxes when it's $600 or more above that you made a profit with. But it's experimenting as to what I purchase and stuff, so I don't have to worry. But I do that to keep the hackers from hacking into my account as well. Every few years, I say I'd like to have a new card, a new identity on it. You can keep the same name, or sometimes they say, well, you're going to have to change your name as well. And I'm like, well, okay. I'll just say Our Father One, But nevertheless, the dividend is three cents. That was on something I had picked up for $1, and it gave me $2 or $3. Gave me 3 cents. You can get dividends out of this too, based on $1. I think it was 3 cents, something like that. Okay, I held it on for a while. You can actually pick it up before the dividend date and gain the dividend profit as well. So let's say the dividend date is February 14. Well, if you bought the dividend on a weekday prior to that week, before that February 14, it'll give you the dividends. So that's just a cheating format that a lot of investors do. Not giving you financial advice, I'm just giving you financial insight, okay? All right, over here, all-time total, investment all times, okay? As you can see it, and understand when you see the minus, it's because of all the losses. And this is the challenge that our everyday investors got to go through and keeping above. When you see something that go into the 0.00, immediately act on it, okay? Now that I show you how I lose, I'm now going to show you how I gain, okay? Remember I told you, don't write anything down that doesn't. This 5.96 don't qualify, guys. Now Shopify qualifies. You saw how quickly it changed? Because they got to stay up at a certain level for the companies to even consider them profitable. What good if you're buying something for 1 or 2%? It's not making you money. If it falls in the negative, you're gonna have risk management problems. So you don't want risk management problems. So I'm gonna write down here. I put a line through it, and these are first I put stocks I don't own. You may want to put it on a separate piece of paper to make it comfortable for you, just in case something pops up and stuff. I'm just writing down that what's I own and what's going up, what's not going up, and I put down the date as February at FEB.02 2024. Now, as you do one of these sheets every day, you may have to do 240 or 260 of these loose leaf sheets in your binder for the year in your journal. And what this do, guys, is that it helps you keep a record so that you don't go crazy trying to figure it out by doing stock screenings and stuff like that. You have a solid physical record. This is how the pros did it back 100 years ago. And this is why they was able to stay up on top of things. Now that we got machines doing it, a lot of us, now we got to pay for additional machines. Nah, just take notes. You take notes just like the old timers did, The old timers did the same thing. We got XOP, 651%. Again, put a vertical line through it and write up the differences. But again, Edward Life Science does not qualify yet. It's 5.87%. Until I can see it reach up there. And the only way I know, so next week, the reason I do this, called next week, or 2 a week or 3, it's going to fall into the red again. And everything that goes up got to go down. So eventually it's going to fall in the red, or it's going to fall down to like 1%. Or it's going to fall down to about 0.5%. And that's when I will buy it. I will say, oh, XOP is now. You ever hear people say, wow, XOP has dropped down 6%. Well, that's why I said it. Now I want to show you something. I want to show you here how to act on this to your advantage. If it will allow me to do that which is, no, it won't. How do I do it? No, I got to go. I'm going to show you a different way. Okay, XOP. We're dealing with XOP. Now, how would I have done this if I want to keep an eye on XOP? All right, now I can buy it. there's a way to keep an eye on it. Just, it might not be, it can't do it with this because you need a regular like Robinhood, Clubit, Moomoo, just to name a few of them out there. Investor, Charles Schwab, E-Trader, those accounts allow you to actually watch it. You can click it and watch it and stuff. But you can do it on those on like XOP. Right now, I'm just here noting. Now, this is all I have to do for this moment, because when it gets 11 o'clock, everything's going to go down, guys. Very rarely it does. But, last night I should have recorded. Some of these stocks stayed up pretty high. And I decided that I was very tired, and I've been shopping all day yesterday, my monthly shopping, so we can have plenty of food, although we don't starve to death, because I believe in eating good, guys. Now, Shopify, I didn't even have a chance to put it back down because it fell down. I will say that it did try to peak itself up there, so I didn't have a chance to put it back down there yet. I will say number 3, whatever comes about, it probably would try to make a move back up again. If anything, I'll write it at 6.0. Oh, that tells me it's trending. It's telling me it's trending, and that it's possible that next week or somewhere down the line, it will drop, because that's what happens, or it will go up higher. And if it goes up higher, I can look and say, great, it went higher than it was before. Now, another way to quickly find out, there we go, Shopify. Let's go at it. Shopify, write that down in your notes. And you guys, put 260 sheets aside in a binder and dated them, and just write down just anything above 6%. Do not pay any attention to what's below it unless you're ready to buy it at a low amount. And 5% is way too high to buy it, because then you'll be day trading and you'll just be losing your money. That's how a lot of these guys lose their money. I'm just going to put here, being that drop down, I'm going to say 602. 6.02%. To let me know it is trying to trend. I've been looking at Edward Life Science lately, and let's see if it had actually popped up at any time. Oh, wow. This was... See, guys, sometimes you got to go through this. Edward Life Science, 1032, because I just hopped on a little later, was 19%. Wait. I'm going by the week. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to scare you like that. 6.45. That's why I kept wondering. Number 4, that's another way to find it. Just open it up and move that arrow along. Touch it and move the arrow. Life Science. Day by day, I will share my insight and my skills on a baby level to you, so that you can take advantage of the market, okay? In this manner, guys, I don't recommend you put down a time. You can, it can help, but you can always go back to this and find out what it is, okay? 652, I would say. That was more than that, probably. 2%. So it might have was more, but hey, that's good enough for me. All right. I will keep you informed. Cigar is another one I might have missed out on. It may have pop up. 601, 603. Cigar, number 5. This way you don't have to write them all down, guys. You can just get a vertical upward arrow with 605, 6.05%. That's telling me that it's trending. It's peaking out there. Shopify went, Amazon probably was way more. Let me go and touch the screen, popping it to see how high Amazon went. Amazon peaked out at 748. Amazon went up 7.48%. Okay, I probably got enough for the day. And we're saying Snowflake, I don't think Snowflake got to that level. Snowflake don't make it. None of these on track. I know on track that made it nowhere near it. So you do not have to worry about these others, guys. Now that I show you all the different ways of doing it and show you what you shouldn't do, like gather all of them, as this guy had put in his video, like go sign up for all the small ones. It don't exactly work for me that way. It might work for him, but don't exactly work for me that way. So you don't want to waste your time with anything below this, okay? Because they're all going to go up, and many of them are going to go up, many of them are going to go down. So you don't want to pull your hair out. You do want to note down what is trending, okay? What is trending? Amazon, Shopify I got. XOP is completely out of it. I don't see it nowhere around here. It must have really either went up or went down. XOP, where's XOP? Gee, XOP really dropped down to 2.5. You see how quickly? But you know, you can write down the time frame if you so choose to invest. I do recommend, from my experience, I'm speaking of my education, before you place that investment, I'm not giving you financial advice, I'm just giving you financial insight and result on what's working for me and what's not, okay? You should, in that sense, entertainment is to do your due diligent research, and before you place it, make sure you have crossed your T's and dot your I's, such as to know when was this peaking the most. Okay, 10:03. So you know you may have to pull out 9:42, 9:41. So you may have to pull out before 9:45. You may have to pull out between the 9:40 to 10:02. So by you writing that down, notate it in your notes, that's when it peak out. Now that's not to say that it won't go up higher. Yes, it will. Because if you know how to read candlesticks and stuff, you know, technical analysis, you will know they tell you don't try to buy at the max, buy in between. You know, that's one of the skills they do. Buy in between. Better to get half a loaf than to try to reach for the full loaf and lose it all. And that's what happened to a lot of people, guys. Sorry. I got many things popping up. I've got this new phone. I'm still getting used to it. I still got to figure out how, because I'm used to iPhones. I got an Android, AT&T. I got to figure out how to stop the notations on here. And I do want some of them to be on here, but not to this degree. Okay, let's look back again before we close off on this project here. And guys, let me tell you, when I want to make a profit into something, I tend to keep it under 10 or 20. Now, it's good when I'm experimenting, I'll go as much as 30. Okay, when I'm experimenting, I'll go. So let's see this. Okay, from here is 11. From here is 11. So that's 22 Navita. 23, 24. So it's 24. Okay? Doesn't take much to get to that level, okay? I will say that if you need to cash out to break even, I always say this, I say it again, do not do it at 2%, because you'll lose 1% of your investment. This is why I always say about the 3%. You know, I call it 3% rule on this one, but every company's different. So when you see it goes below 4% and you say, oh man, just in case, if you, at best, to minimize your losses, risk management, you want to stay in the positive. But if you start seeing it go down less than 4%, sacrifice that 1%. Sacrifice that 1% over here, iShare, MSCIA, and sacrifice it. It went down. All this went down. So, being I have this, I'm going to show you how to maximize it even more. Okay? But I don't recommend you do that unless you want, I'm not giving you financial advice and giving you financial insight, unless you want more gains, unless you want to increase your gains. So here's the final stage. Let's just look at it and see if anything else pop off. New York Bank, let's see. Before I do anything, okay, none of these are popping off today. They will pop off later, so let's maximize the gain. I'm going to leave you with this. It's better to lose a penny, 1%, in maximizing your gains. I'm speaking from financial insight, not giving you financial advice. Okay? I had to show you how I lose. Guys, I'm sorry. These pop-ups is annoying me. You know, I'd rather lose. See, it used to be just under 1%. Till President Biden changed the rule and say, let's go after everything that they're investing in and take out 2% here, 3% here, sucking out every bit of profit that a person could make. And now the country is in a bad financial state. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, that's just the way it goes, how the cookie crumbles. Okay? That's why they want Trump back in the chair, because he made money for the country. Not to say that I'm all about for Trump like that, but he's in financial reasons. Oh yeah, I won't hesitate. Every president does their craftiness. Okay, so we're going to do this. Lose that 1%. It's like playing chess, guys. Sometimes you gotta lose a pawn to save the queen, or to save the king, or the bishop, for that matter. We're playing, virtual chess here. You'll get used to my humor. That's if you can. Most people do. All right. Let's see how far it went up. 5.3. Now you're getting the picture of what I'm showing you here as to how to maximize your gain before you sell out. Okay? Now you're getting the picture as to why I do what I do. In exploring and investigating, if you see me put 30, 40, 50, I am doing research. I am investigating new potentials, and I do it at $1 fractional so I can minimize my losses 99% effective. Where in other words a 1% loss. So you gotta lose to win, as they say. You gotta lose to win. Remember that old comedy shows? You gotta lose to win. It's not the other way around. You win to lose. Unfortunately, that's what people do sometimes. If you win to lose, that's gambling, baby. All right. Let's have some fun. Now we are in the 2%. And we want to ask ourselves this question. Right here. How much difference would it make if I take off maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the bottom 5, domino, pizza, and down? So let's start with the iShares. Down here, I go sell. At 2%, I always say go with 3 because the reason I say because you can get a profit. But at 2%, you at least get your dollar back. So here's my motto, my rule. I'm just sharing from my insight, not financial advice. When you see it hits 2%, sell. So you get your dollar back. That's the ultimate risk management. And I'm gonna show you how to do that. And I'm gonna order some. I'm gonna show you how. That's how I'm gonna cash out. I'm gonna sum it up as the ultimate way, so that you don't lose your dollar. Okay? You don't lose your dollar. What I mean by that is that if it falls less than 2%, that's what I mean. I'm talking about in the green, not in the red, guys. I hope this is very rewarding to you. I am going to post these videos. I have been behind on my time. It's just been so delayed, guys. It has been so delayed. You know, running a business, doing errands, and dealing with clients online, it's been exhausting for me. I'm getting older. I'm heading towards 60, and I'm going to eventually, in several years, retire from this way of doing things so that I could work on my investments privately. And because when you get old and older, you want your income to be more passive. You don't want to be laborious. You know, right now we can do it. Okay? Now I got rid of all my 2% so I don't lose my profits. But if you do fall below that, better to opt out as quickly as you can. Now, for the big surprise. I'm sorry I said I was only going to do a few of them, but I got carried away. And that's because I feel like I want to max out. That's why I did it, to show you. You don't need a lot of stocks to do, but you do need to experiment to find out what's popping off and what's not. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now you know your winners. Now these right here, they're part of your structure up here. Okay? Now that I show you this, let's look at the details. So if I had $1,100 on here, let's say if I had 110, it would be it would be $9.10. So if I had $9.20, if I had $1,100, it would be $92. Well, you think that would be a great way to make money if you only had 8 of these and you had $100 on each one? That would be nice. But the factor is, from my experience, I test it with $10 before I go shoot up to 100. Okay, because it has horrible consequences at those levels. Okay, that's the reason why we call it fractional share, or dollar cost average, DCA. Okay, do your homework, do your due diligence, find out if you don't know what dollar cost average is, risk management is, how to do it. I'm just showing you from my decades as to what worked in the fundamental level. Because if I show you technical analogies, candlesticks, you get confused. You'll get lost. And I don't recommend that for newbies and stuff. Because I use an AI technology now to maximize what I do. And that's costly, guys. I mean, it costs $1,000 a year membership on the low end, $3,000 on the second level, and I believe it was $10,000 on the third level as a pro level, and on the VIP master level is $30,000. But on the newbie level, is $1,000. So I'm considered a newbie, and I prefer that because I want to learn my way up. Each level is different because at the $30,000 a year membership, that manage your money of $300,000 or more, at that level it can compound to $3 million. You know, that's like, it can 10x $3 million to $6 million. So I'm at the baby level. I'm going to stay there for a little while, and it allows me to cover $10,000, okay, until I'm ready to get to $3,000 level. That will now cover me for, I believe, $10,000 to $30,000 or something. Well, the baby level is from $1,000 to $999 with Autobot trading. They do it for you in the most efficient way, 3,000 times more faster. God, that's a whole new different level. I'm actually setting up an educational course on that for those who wants to, instead of doing the manual operation, but they want to learn the educational portion of it. That I'm more than happy to share with you on in the membership level, because that's time consuming and expensive. It costs me $1,000 minimum every year. So obviously, whoever are founders in my network in the future can join for $1 a day. And guess what? We invest as a whole, and in the share of my company, Bridges Enterprise, we'll be on the stock market eventually, run under the lawyer and pros, and we'll figure it out. And as you can see, everything's different. I just want you to see how you can easily get an 8% and 9%, which is common. Now, if I wanted to, but this is profit, guys. Right? I'm sorry, where I'm at. This is profit. If I wanted to stay up in the 6% range, when I feel like it's falling off, I wanted to show you this because this is profit. So I'm not going to cry, but they fell down. You know, they fell from 9%. So if you feel like you don't want it, and the reason why I say about 6%, you're going to see why. See, I made a profit on this. So it's only 4.5%, but hey, it's a profit. Sell all. And I'm just showing to you so that you will see how easy and common it is every week, how I stay up on top. Okay? All right, let's do this. And 5. I'm summing everything up now to show you how you can maximize out on this so you can see for yourself the profit that you can gain. I'm not giving you financial advice here. Don't take this as financial advice. I'm just sharing my financial insight and results, as you can see. And I always say no less than 6%. I'm going to show you. You see where I'm coming from? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was 5 stocks. No less than 6%, guys. You want to hit that 10%, 11%, 12%, or a common 9%, which I always see, just on 5 of them. Imagine this. If you was to enter at the baby level and put $100 on this, it's $6, guys. This is what I'm saying about dollar cost average. One of these got $2 on it. I want to see which one. I will write down this. I will notate that these are are your green winners. Get a green marker, a green pen, and get a red pen to know which ones are your winners. So, guys, I'm showing you something that most stock experts and pros don't really be showing behind the scenes. I'm showing to you. What if you had put $1,000? That's 21%. How many times you heard that stock pros say, "Oh, nothing goes up to 21%." You watch them on TV. It says, "Oh, just 2% and stuff." What I'm showing you here. But in order for you to find your 21%, which I have seen go up to 22%, I have seen it go up to 28%. Heck, I even see it went up to 38%. I rarely ever see it went up to 40%. I don't ever see it go past 40%. But this is as good as it get. Now, these right here, I'm going to close it out for the day. These are my winners. This is as good as it get. Okay, guys? As each one I close out, I want to show you something. Well, I say stay up 6% and above. So, I'm just not speaking out of theory or nothing like that. I'm speaking out of results, guys. Insight, which the pros won't show you. 12%. Let's look at the 7%. You're learning something behind the scenes that the pros that charges $2,000, when people go, ooh, wow, thank you. You have taught me something. 13%. 9% over here. Now, it's very difficult to keep this up here. Like I said, it's very difficult to keep it to that level, guys. But usually you hit that 21%, it comes throbbing down real quickly. That's why I'm doing this. 17%. Now, I show you my financial insight and results. Do you see where I'm coming from? If you had stayed to the end, you will see it reached 21%. Just on one. So you had $1,000, it would reach. You would have made $210, guys. Now let's see if I sell it at this level. That means that I will made. Uncle Sam would have took $20 out of 1,000. Uncle Sam would have took as approximate government fee $20 for taxes. I would have went away with $1,190. I would have made $190 profit. Imagine doing that every day. Imagine doing that with $10,000. But you got to diversify, because you will get losses. I hope you have really grasped the understanding of Cash App here. I really mean, I will show you more techniques, but I'm not going to go as far as doing 50, 60, 100. I'm going to stay up on the aggressive side now. And cheers. Cheers, everybody. Y'all have a great day, a great prosperity day, a great, wonderful weekend. And practice, do your research. God bless you. I love you all.